hands down, this is the most important broadcast of my life. It is the 5th of November, 2016. Now, as things progress and as there's a quickening globally of good and evil, as well as technology and knowledge, that will be a more and more frequent occurrence. But this is hands down the most important broadcast of my life. And probably one of the most important transmissions you've ever seen. I'm up here on Saturday night. I'm not on my big list of over 200 AM and FM stations. We're not on UHF. We're not on cable like we normally are. I'll be on tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. as I've done a Sunday show for 10 years. Weekday show for 20 plus. But this is the most important. And I went to bed last night and then woke up at 2 a.m. and haven't been to sleep. My crew has got the same spirit. And it's because we're immersed in what's happening with WikiLeaks. We're immersed in this election. And we have looked at the facts. Incredible things are happening. Now, here's what we know. There are now almost 40 data dumps into just one man, her chief of staff's operation, Mr. Podesta. And in the latest one to come out, it's talking about what's on the menu at a private satanic Aleister Crowley ritual, blood ritual. Just the public stuff this high priestess puts out. And she admits she's a high priestess. She admits it's religious. Is so satanic, I can't even watch it. And it's a simulated sacrifice of children. And people drinking real blood. Semen, urine, you name it. Now, that said, my friends, that broke. That was the top internet search, and ours was the top. Just so you know, how, if you're a new viewer, this is news making. On Friday into today, the #1 search term on the internet, here it is from drudgereport.com, Podesta practices occult magic. Under it, FBI agency Antichrist, Assange, Clinton, ISIS funded by same money, terror threat warning, Monday. This all ties together. We're going to be breaking it down today. Now, that said, up until 5 minutes before I went on air, and I can show TV viewers a document cam shot of all these dozens and dozens and dozens of news stories and documents. My head was spinning as I went through the new emails that came out today. And I was going through the different hacker sites that are analyzing it and reading the certifications from WikiLeaks. And, folks, we found even worse stuff than we're about to cover right now. So my head is spinning right now off of what I just discovered in the last hour that I'm not going to get to here tonight. I'll probably, after the show, after this 2-hour transmission, shoot another Facebook mention just to get it out there, or I won't be able to sleep. I have spent, since 2:30 a.m., more than 15 hours of that time reading these and looking at it. Now, what am I about to get to? Yes, the Aleister Crowley black magic, the spirit cooking, was big. We had on a law enforcement source from New York 2 days before saying, no, I'm being told there's code words in the emails for the trafficking of children, and the FBI's on record saying Wiener, who's involved in all this, is contacting 15-year-olds, and that they, quote, reopened it as a sex investigation. Now the FBI comes out today and admits they believe Hillary Clinton traveled to the orgy island of Jeffrey Epstein, who admittedly was trafficking in small children on his wide-body jet around the world. And Bill Clinton traveled on it 20-plus times, Hillary 6 times. Perhaps I should just, for radio and TV viewers, perhaps I should just go over some headlines before I plunge into all this. And then it ties into election disruption. It ties into the fact that we're 2.5, 3 days out. I mean, 3 days until election day is half over, but we're just 2.5 days out from the day starting. I mean, this is an epic time to be alive. And by the way, the background research is now happening on the internet as we learn about the rituals We pulled up a Washington Post article with Podesta's brother and blood ritual photos and naked kids in the Washington Post. The Washington Post pulled this on Friday. Folks noticed it and went to the Wayback Machine and found it. What I'm saying is this is one piece of literally hundreds, folks. They are actively... See, I have Salon right here and others and the UN saying pedophilia is a good thing. So one thing they do is they push it on their own agenda, and then when they get exposed, though, they pull back. You understand? So Married with Art, Tony and Heather Podesta are a study in power collecting. And then it gets into what they do. There is just one exhibit, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want you to read. Now, before I go any further, before I get to the meat and potatoes of this, let me just explain what's happened and why this is so big. Everyone's been focusing in on this email or that email and putting stories out about each email. No. We had 8-9 days ago, the FBI reopened the investigation because of what they said they found on a laptop that had not been given over to the FBI. This was in an NYPD investigation. We didn't learn that for about 4 or 5 days. I learned about it actually first when I was told about it by Doug Agman. A day later, it was in the news that the NYPD was going to have a press conference 2 weeks ago bringing out the fact that in a separate case with a girl who complained, who was 15, sexted by Wiener, they'd gotten in his laptop and it was full of child trafficking, money laundering, blackmail, you name it. Anthony Weiner. I mean, look at Aberdeen, look at Weiner. My God, her mother's the top genital mutilation of little girls in the world, the main pusher of cutting girls' genitals off. Talk about sex abuse. These people are demons obsessed with children. We already know that in their public life, so that's why the FBI was forced to do this. Now, the rank-and-file FBI wants to expose as well. That's all come out in the London Guardian, New York Times, that they're in total revolt, saying Hillary is pure evil, a devil. Notice I told you months ago, I was told that by federal sources, that we literally think she's a devil. And I go, what do you mean? And they said, Linda Blair. I said, what do you mean? Linda Blair. I've talked to Blackwater people, you name it. She is literally like Linda Blair, okay? The president attacked me, Hillary attacked me, they attacked me in some cases by name because it really got to them. Because they know, the Secret Service and the FBI people know what they're doing. Now, whether it's a psychological mental illness or whether demons are real, I don't know. The point is that this is what happened. So, it all comes back up. Notice WikiLeaks lines up with it. Imagine what's in the 650,000 emails they've got. A lot of the same ones we know. So then, I talked to our sources, some of them public, some of them private, Doug Hackman and others. Hackman admittedly trains the NYPD, you name it. I have Secret Service connections to NYPD. They concur with what he tells me. They were going to have a press conference. That's now come out in mainstream news 3 days after we covered it. Do you understand? That the NYPD is saying, yes, pedophilia, the pedophile island, Jeffrey Epstein, all of it. And they always knew this was going to come out in the last 6 months. So that's why, because this NYPD thing started almost a year ago. That's why they tried to claim Trump was with Epstein and all this stuff with no proof and then drop the lawsuits, was to know, oh, God, if it comes out, we got to have him blamed too because we know that's what we've done. So the big issue here is they've had Mother Jones and New York Daily News and a few others make fun of us and say, oh, you're crazy. You just don't get performance art. The woman admits she does real rituals. She admits she's a high priestess. When it's in public, she says, well, the intent's different. Yeah, it's to suck folks into the cult. When it's in private, she says, yeah, we're doing rituals. I know the rituals. They're voodoo. The minute I saw it, it's voodoo. And now, guess what? They admit it's voodoo. Bill Clinton wrote in his own book, I'm going to show you this, actual shots of it, that his early life, that he is a practitioner of voodoo and enjoys being inhabited by spirits. That's not me, it's Bill Clinton. Do you understand? And this hidden white magic we're talking about here, folks. This is the nasty stuff, okay? Aleister Crowley level stuff is the worst there is. You go, wait, is it voodoo or is it Aleister Crowley? It's all the same crap. It's a mix of the two. So let me go over some headlines for you first. But law enforcement is begging you, not that they're perfect, nobody's perfect, but they're the ones blowing the whistle. They're the ones that keep arresting high-level Homeland Security people locally who are involved in pedophilia. You see it in the news all the time because this is a guild that got control of Penn State. They got control of the Catholic Church to a great extent to take it over. They've gotten control of the royal family. They admit it's a national security issue in the UK. Pedophilia, Satanism, kids being killed. This is mainstream news. So it's all coming out, okay? Now, again, I told you months ago, I said, our federal sources say they're devil worshipers. Our federal sources say they're really doing horrible things. And I didn't even say on air some of the stuff I was told, but quite frankly, they just said, it's worse than what you're saying. It's worse. And I said, well, like what? And they said, devil worship. I said, what? They said, devil worship, Alex, okay? And she's falling down all the time, and she's got a special van. And it's getting worse. And she goes crazy all the time. And like Linda Blair. And she stinks. And so does Obama. I go, what do you mean? They're like, no one wants to work around them. And we're going to stop right there because no one will. I mean, imagine feds telling you no one will believe us. They told the London Guardian she's literally the Antichrist. That's the headline. These people are scared, folks. Whatever it is they've been saying, and they won't even tell me, they say you'll be walking down the hall and at night and it's Obama. He acts totally normal, and it'll be like crap your pants, okay? I don't know what's going on, folks. All I know is it's all coming out. They do these rituals, these kids. They're hooked in people that are got kids disappearing from Haiti. The Clintons are vacationing in Haiti. They had their honeymoon there. They admit they're into voodoo. I got Washington Post saying they follow voodoo. I'm going to show it all to you. And again, that's a Zero Hedge article. But people go, oh, that's Zero Hedge. Well, they're respected. It's The Guardian. See, second line right there. Click. Second line, The Guardian. This is senior FBI agents say they're all against her. They say she's the Antichrist. They're scared. What did I tell you 2 months ago? They're all against her. They're scared. And they say, why? And they just go, Antichrist, Antichrist. Okay? I mean, look, you think I just go on air and say that if it wasn't true? I have talked to feds, folks, that start getting tears in their eyes because they've signed letters. They can't say what it is. That when they talk about it, they start breaking down, okay? Grown men start breaking down. Do you understand? Now, I get into political, the news, will they stage riots? That's all in the second hour, okay? And I'm going to have Owen Schroyer come in here. Matt does a great job. Anytime he wants to pop in, his analysis is incredible. He's got a lot of info we worked on. Daria, you guys are welcome to host a third hour after I go if you want. So quite frankly, I've been up since 2:15, and I've got to make myself go home and go to sleep, or I'll be a basket case. We're going to be broadcasting 52 hours live starting Monday, right through Tuesday, right through Wednesday. I'll be here for 18 hours of it, live on air. And I'll be battling in other ways as well. But just got a haircut. They cut it a little too short. I don't have a whole crew there and get my hair done. I kind of was reading articles to right before I came in, and I'm kind of trying to get my hair done right now so it looks all right for folks. Because this is seat of your pants. I mean, we're not up here on Saturday night because we want to be. I need to stop the stress, but, I mean, I cannot just go, oh, my God, that stuff scares me too much, so I can't be involved. I've got to do something or die trying. And, by the way, if I ever had any fears of Hillary or the globalists, the more evil I learn they are, the more I have zero. It's like I'm so committed to defend the innocent. And not because I'm a hero, folks. It's a normal human instinct. If you don't have an instinct to absolutely expose these people and spread the word on them, no matter what happens in this election, you're not alive. You don't have the Spirit of God in you. I'll tell you that right now. Because my spirit is on fire to resist these people. Now, let me get to it, because this is all coming out now. This isn't me saying this 2 months ago or a month ago or last week. It's all here. And I mean, folks, we have former CIA deputy director sources. We have generals. We have colonels, current and former lieutenant colonels. We have black op people. I told you we have folks inside Blackwater who I'd been lied to about and who I now learned, they confirmed, they would get blamed for every other bad contractor because Blackwater just became the name. And I'm not saying they're perfect, but most of the stuff was disinfo by the media because they were patriots. I keep telling you, Blackwater has given us intel that's been spot on, or people formerly with Blackwater, and I mean commanders. Now Eric Prince has gone public, who's never seen anymore because they're after him. Why? Because, folks, it is down to the wire here. But I told you Blackwater is fighting this. Blackwater's in Breitbart saying FBI sources and others, they're running child kidnapping rings, folks. Hillary's involved. Of course she is. Look at that big, dominant, crazy joker face, man. That woman's a frickin' hellhound. An actual, full-bore, bipedal, conscious, walking demon. Antichrist. Bible says there's many Antichrists, folks, but she's a walker. I mean, she's full possessed. And that demon lets out of there, she hits the ground. That's the FBI. They've been around her. Secret Service, the people have nightmares. They crap their pants. They want off the detail. I'm going to stop right there. I told you this stuff months ago, and now it's in the news. I don't know whether it's some super mental illness or whether interdimensional crap's real or whatever. The point is, people that have been around her start crying. Now, let's get into the headlines here. Let me just show everybody who thinks this is a big joke. All of you out there at Mother Jones and everywhere else making jokes about this and places like Salon, when you're not writing articles about how great pedophilia is and some sicko, how he desires 5-year-old girls. I mean, they got some freaky stuff. This is who these people are. And they think it's all funny. What's happened at the Catholic Church and what's going on with Sandusky. I think it's funny. So let's continue. Let's go through this for you right now. This is WorldNet Daily. Source, FBI has evidence Hillary visited Orgy Island. That's today. Here's the Washington Post. The time Bill and Hillary Clinton went to a voodoo ceremony in Haiti. I'm going to actually get to where he says they got married there. They had their honeymoon there. They got honeymoon there, not married. And how he loves to have the spirits, good and evil, enter him. And how well, that's his world religion. By the way, if you voodoo, sacrifice children. Eric Prince, NYPD, ready to make arrests in Anthony Weiner case. Hillary flying to the pedophile island. High-level federal and state law enforcement and city law enforcement sources. Trafficking of children. And, I mean, you look at Weiner, you look at Abedin, my God. Are they not central casting if you're making a Hollywood movie about folks in a white van? But they do it with immigrant children. Why do you think they're all into this immigrant trade, folks? Good God. Good Lord. And the word is, Weiner's like a Renfield for Dracula. He just kind of stumbles around all day. And again, a lot of people that work for these people were abused themselves. They're real, if somebody's been really hardcore abused, they're almost like retarded. They're just kind of like, and this is well known out there. And then they're like the servants of the abusers. FBI agents, Hillary is the Antichrist personified. Mention that. That's out of the Hill, and that's out of the Guardian. And they keep asking, they go, what do you mean Antichrist? You mean figure? They go, no, Antichrist. They go, what? They go, she's evil. Okay, let's continue. Never heard the FBI talk like that before, have you? Because this stuff's real, folks. This stuff happens. This is the takeover of the United States, okay? Now, before I go any further, let's just give you some more background here. Let's go to these articles. Julian Assange, and I've got clips of him doing a new interview today coming up. America press supports demon Hillary Clinton. And Bill calls her a demon. He wants to, quote, put our necks all in a noose if she gets in. Okay? Here's another one. This is the Washington Post I mentioned from 1996. Book says Hillary talks to the dead. It says that it calms her, but that she'll talk to anybody but Jesus Christ. Of course, it's a demon. And then it goes through how she does it. And we have an article breaking it down, flashback, occultic Hillary summons the dead, refuses to speak to Christ. Hillary was attending a satanic church, says Clinton Insider. Now, here's Bill Clinton's book, page 312, 313, and 314. Show this to TV viewers. This is the book, My Life, the Early Years. He goes into how I was particularly intrigued by voodoo and culture, to which I had some limited exposure in New Orleans and existed alongside Catholicism in Haiti. So they went and they got their honeymoon there, and then he talks about practicing chemical engineer until his voodoo priest grandfather in his deathbed chose Max to succeed him. He explains that in voodoo, God is manifest to humans through spirits that represent forces of light and darkness, good and evil, which are more or less in balance. After Hillary, Dave and I finished our brief course in voodoo theology. We were escorted back to an open area and seated, and he goes through voodoo rituals he conducts and how he enjoyed the spirits. Now, I'm going to continue here for you. Just let's get all this out in the open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Secret Service and FBI. Grown men breaking down and crying. And being forced, as corrupt as they've been and the problems that have been there in the government, to finally tell the truth. Spirit cooking. Clinton campaign chairman invited to bizarre satanic performance, which they admit he attended, where they drink semen, blood, urine, and more, and then pour blood on effigies of small babies and worship Baphomet. And they admit this is from Aleister Crowley in their own admissions. And that's just what they publicly are up to. The New York Times did a review of it, strangely enough, November 1st, about how wonderful this lady is, who is a priestess of Aleister Crowley. Reportedly the most wicked man to ever live. So, there's that little enchilada for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me get to the really big news here. I want to challenge you to go to WikiLeaks itself and go to what came out Thursday night, Friday morning, or 48 hours ago or so, and to look at it for yourself, because you have to actually, you see one where they're like, I've got these really great beanie babies. There's a lot of pressure and heat on us right now, so we got to move them quick. They're $20,000 a piece. You know, some of them behave well. Others are a little resistant, but, you know, it's still a lot of fun. We were ready to move these right now. And it's from major law websites at major universities. Just like, oh, here's the law department. Do you want this? Then there's other reports. I've got 3 children, and they list their ages. I can show you this. You know, one's 5, one's 7, one's 8. You know, they're going to be in the hot tub for your entertainment at the farm. The children are being brought in by Uber and will be in the hot tub waiting for you after dinner for your entertainment. I mean, this is word for word, folks. And let me tell you something. It goes on and on. I spent hours reading this crap. And they argue over the menu. They're like, oh, I want hot dogs, not hamburger. Okay, well, you know, well, Obama shipped in $62,000 worth of hot dogs. Man, they're good. I'm looking for those hot dogs. Oh, God, I'm going to Hawaii to a hot dog stand. It's the best. Oh, my mouth is watering for those hot dogs. That's males. Oh, my gosh, you know, everything's wonderful. This hot dog stand has hamburger, too. It's cat and dog friendly. And law enforcement says this is this is public. They're saying this is code garbage. Like if you smoke marijuana, like you're like, I need some green, yeah. I need some Mary Jane. They talk about 500 baseball cards. And it goes on and on and on. And then I found other stuff in the new WikiLeaks. Everybody started researching who's in the WikiLeaks, and they go Google these people, and it's like, see, these folks are all into showing their stuff. It's called lesser magic, or pimping everybody openly. So everybody's now researching who's in these. They go look them up, and they, like, have their Facebooks with them saying it's performance art with their little kids naked with them, going, it's art, First Amendment, I can be with naked kids, and that's what's in the Washington Post with the Podestas, Tony Podesta, going, we've got, I don't know if I want to show this stuff. Okay, well, this is the lady painting with blood and crap about cutting herself and dead children. This is the Crowley lady. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And then we start searching, and it's like they're in the Washington Post. They're in the New York Times, how great it is. How like, oh, we take lots of photos with our neighbor kids naked. It's just our art. You don't have a problem with our art, do you? It's just naked 5-year-olds. And then in one Washington Post article, it goes, Hillary refuses at the parties to be photographed with the children. Oh, my God, look at this crap. Yeah, this is Lady Gaga. Are you on air, Matt? Make sure you are. Just punch yourself up. Yeah, this is Lady Gaga attending the event with a little 5-year-old girl wearing devil horns, where they're drinking blood with what appears to be dead bodies. And this is the little girl, absolutely, who's, you know, trauma-based, going into Stockholm Syndrome, totally scared. They then revert and go to all this, and this is what these people are into. Go ahead, Matt. You want to comment? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a picture we found of Lady Gaga. She's wearing the same dress that we had of her at
the ceremony.
At the ceremony, drinking blood, and this is one of the children that was there. I found this on the Donald. It's a Reddit that does a lot of great investigative work on the internet, and they were authenticating this based on a lot of the shadows that the girl was casting. Along with the shadows on her. It's very odd that this girl is walking barefoot on wood chips. Scratch that. It's bizarre that she's there in the first place.
Listen.
I mean,
Listen. The stuff you found. I've been back there in my office. I found stuff that I was like punching holes in the walls. There's holes in the walls right now in my office. Okay. I mean, that's nothing what you found. Okay. And I'm like, is this even legal? This is on the internet, not hidden. These people all. It's like they hide it in plain view. And I'm sitting there feeling evil looking at this stuff. And then, I tore a door off the hinges and punched holes in the walls today.
Oh, yeah. And so this is the image of Lady Gaga there at this satanic event.
Same dress.
Yep, same dress that she was wearing with that child we just
showed. With a reported woman naked, dead in a pool of blood, but it's all performance art. But then the woman that heads it up admits, well, when we do it private, it's not art. We do it for real. There's the high priestess right there. God, aren't you glad you're not these women or around these women? Go ahead, Matt.
Oh yeah, this is something that is terrifying, and I would say that I'm probably one of the more skeptical people in the office when it comes down to a lot of this stuff, and I think the bottom line is it's not that it doesn't matter if it's real or if it's not. It's the fact that these guys act like it is, and therefore they do these things. They do these ceremonies. It's
well, she admitted in her Reddit, Ask Me Anything thing, she said, well, I do these publicly, but I do it for real privately. What do you make? I don't know if you've been through it all, but do you see the stuff where they're like, well, I want more hot dogs than hamburger, and I don't know if I want that many nuts in the sauce, and nuts means black people. I mean, it's like, well, this is an all nuts salad dressing. And they're like, well, I know, Podesta, you're a connoisseur of the right kind of, pasta sauce, but do you really want this many nuts?
Yeah, we're going to show on screen here a thread that uses kind of the same language. And like you said, this language isn't congruent with the type of language that they use in other emails.
No. Look, they've got intelligence agencies following that have leaked info now in these where they're going, oh, yeah, Obama just shipped in $62,000 of hot dogs to his party.
Oh, yeah, and they are talking about child pornography. They're talking about human trafficking. This is the type of stuff that the NYPD is disgusted with. Those are real police officers that have integrity. Those are people that don't let these type of guys.
Oh, let me tell you, you start hurting little kids, it flips switches in me that I am just done. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. And so, it's understandable why, a local department is going to hold the FBI's feet to the fire in this, because I don't know, as someone who tries to uphold the law, as someone doing that job, I don't know how they could live with themselves after this if they don't prosecute and put her away.
And I'm sorry, it was $65,000 in hot dogs. But don't worry, they have hot dogs and hamburger for people that are cat and dog lovers. That ain't talking about food. That means you want male or female, and the law enforcement says this is classic pedophile code. Which, again, why am I learning this? It's like I see jokes and stuff on the internet. I don't want to know what a double-decker is, where somebody goes into a public restroom and craps in the top of the water stall to be gross, but I know what that is because I read about it. Or a dirty Sanchez. But that's at least just gross, stupid stuff, Weird stuff people do. Didn't hurt anybody? Fine. You want somebody to crap on your face? That's your issue. Dirty Sanchez. I didn't know about this until I was like 30. Like, what the hell? Now I'm having to learn this is standard pedophile nomenclature. What the hell? I mean, I'd always been told this. I knew this. I knew it went on. I knew the British government's run by it. That's all come out. But then you see Mother Jones attacking us. There was an article in Salon saying Alex Jones is dangerous and insane. Hillary's never committed a crime. I mean, the thing is, they've got armies of Renfields that serve them. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, we just put on screen WikiLeaks Clinton campaign chair John Podesta caught throwing hot tub parties with children as young as 7 years old.
What is that from?
That's a new email. Check it out. It's in your stack.
That's what I mean. I just spent hours looking at this crap. Print it. I mean, I got stuff even worse. That's what I mean. That's why I can't. One of these damn things would make me have a heart attack. I mean, I got children. I mean, I am having serious compulsion and control right now, not to just go to New York. I mean, I am just fed up, folks. I'm fed up, and I know other cops are fed up too, because here's the deal. I was getting to some other point before you even showed me that. Oh yeah. Dew was telling me, and I pulled it up, and I didn't get it printed in time because we had to go on air live. It turns out Podesta and Dennis Hastert were best buddies, and he keeps track of him, and that's in the emails. I have that. It's in my printer, actually. I forgot to get it in my office. Hastert, I had my sources tell me 15 years ago, Dennis Hastert, before he was even speaker, was a pedophile running huge networks in Illinois. Here it is. And it turns out in the emails, he's best buddies with Podesta. Then the other Podesta brother is in the Washington Post saying, I'm a radical artist. I'll show naked kids if I want. See, because that's all their thing, like NAMBLA and the UN. It's an official member, and your kids don't belong to you, and the state has your kids. And Jocelyn Elders, reach down and show the kindergartner how to masturbate. Oh, help them. It's all about the state's going to grab your kid's wee-wee. I mean, it's like, these are freaks, man. I want cold beer and enchiladas and to be on the lake and to see kids having fun. I'm not attracted to kids. It pisses me off.
Hey, Alex, we've got what you're talking about coming up on screen right here. This is one of the Podesta emails you just referenced. I've stayed in touch with Denny Hastert. See, he's such good friends with the guy. He calls him Denny. Denny Hastert, the serial child molester.
And it's wonderful to reconnect with Denny. Oh, yeah. Oh, Denny. Oh, Denny. You imagine you're some 5-year-old Denny, like the big fat blobberette is like hanging over you. And they want to steal kids' innocence, folks. This is a spiritual thing. There's only one thing that's bigger than raping a kid. It's killing them. And, man, you read some of these, they're like, we got heat on us. We got a lot of these. We got to move. You want them, you got them now. 20 grand a piece. By the way, I've looked at the market. Raping a kid ain't 20 grand. One thing is, and one thing only. And that's dragging a big old double-edged knife right across those carotids. But, hey, it's trending. I'm a kill-a-kidophobe. Matt, anything else?
We're gonna keep you up to date with everything that keeps coming out, because it just keeps coming out faster and faster and faster and faster. You know.
Oh, believe me, I couldn't sleep. I am so pissed. And I don't mean to act dramatic, folks. It's normal that I threw up last night. It's normal I pulled the door off the hinges. It's normal I punched holes in the walls, because I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle you damn people. I don't even hate Salon or Mother Jones attacking me for this. Why the hell would you sign on to this? What the hell? Are you involved? I haven't even gotten to 1/3 of it. It's all laid out. They talk about Uber delivering into the farm in Lovettsville. We plan to heat the pool, so a swim is a possibility. We're using Uber service to transfer the children, 11, 9, and almost 7. She'll have some further entertainment, and they will be in the pool for sure. And then it just goes into all of it, and then the talks of different sauces and the different hamburger wieners. But don't worry. They've got wieners and hamburger, and we've got, they cater to cat lovers and dog lovers. You know, a cat's a girl, dog's a boy. Even in, you know what a female fox is called? It's a vixen. You know what a male fox is called? It's a dog. And then we've got, well, what was the last one you just put up on screen? I mean, it's like watching the Democrats. They'll defend anything. I mean, it is enough to chop the babies up before they're born. But let's pull up the one before the last three. What was the one you put up just a few minutes ago that was the new bombshell that made me feel like I was about to have a heart attack? But it's okay, because they're... You know, the Hastert thing, no, it was before the Hastert. Look, but it's all right. I mean, she's a regular pal. Report, Clinton linked to satanic rituals involving kidnapping children. And then notice they talked to her because she's just doing all this satanic crap. We didn't say she was involved with the kids. We said this goes hand in glove. And then here come all the emails with the kids, which the NYPD, we now know, has been saying for a week before this came out. And why did the FBI say they had to reopen it? Because Hastert, excuse me, that's another convicted pedophile, because the husband of Uma Abedin, Anthony Weiner, was sending information to underage girls, who then bitched to the NYPD, who got his laptop. One laptop the feds didn't get, which had the 650,000 people on it, the blackmail, this is all blackmail. This is all blackmail. And people know it's blackmail. It's like joining a gang. A lot of white supremacist gangs, Hispanic gangs, black gangs, they all do it, Asian gangs. You've got to commit some heinous crime to prove you're a made man, so they have dirt on you with evidence of that to burn you anytime you want. You have to make your bones. To quote the Godfather movie, I made my bones when you were banging cheerleaders. I'm Mo Green. Well, good, Mo.
Alex, what you're saying about that, this corruption, what is plaguing Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump just released a new powerful 30-second ad. I think it's something we might want to give a play real quick.
That's right. We're going to, in fact, you've done massive preparation for a whole day. You were just on fire, you and Daria and the rest of the crew that came up here. I commend you. We've got a whole presentation coming up, and then we're going to bring in Owen Schroyer as well to break all this down. Absolutely. There is so much to get to here. I have a giant list of things, but here's what I'm telling everybody. Trump knows about this. Trump was recruited to fight these people because they know he has the courage. And that's why they've now tried to blame him. But notice it's always Jane Doe filings. They drop it. 3 lawsuits just to claim it. Jerry Epstein, he never had a connection to him. He's had, like, dinner with him a couple times. I mean, the record's been checked. I know folks that know Trump. I did digging, folks. I never endorsed a candidate like this. I talked to former girlfriends. I ferreted around what he really thinks about black people. Tell you a little secret about Donald Trump. He really likes black people. He thinks they're cool. That's why he said, I love their spirit. He hires black people. He's gotten awards for promoting them. You know, he likes black ladies. Now, the only thing the media's got is he's a germaphobe of white people, black people, you name it. And he does have bacteria stuff constantly after he shakes your hand. That's it. That's the only thing. I checked into it. And I can sell the stuff I got to tabloids, but I'm not going to do it, even though it makes Trump look good. I'm just telling you the truth here, that I checked into this guy. Then they're out of ammo on him, folks, and they're panicking. They're absolutely panicking. Donald Trump eats half gallons of ice cream, eats like 2-3 steaks at night, and he sits there in his theater throwing popcorn in his face, and it bounces off, and he likes to, after he's done all his work, in a wife beater and shorts, eat like a pig. That's it. That's what he does. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't take aspirin. He eats like a pig at like 9 at night, takes a few hours sleep, wakes up and works, goes back to sleep a few hours. You want the secrets of Trump? I know folks that know him intimately. He sleeps like 3 hours a day twice. That's the big secret. He sleeps twice a day. He eats like a pig. So do I. As I've gotten older, I think I'm Donald Trump or something. I do the exact same thing. So that's the crime of Donald Trump, is eating ice cream and steaks. You want somebody that wants ice cream, or somebody that wants little kids and funds ISIS and Al-Qaeda? These people are devils, folks. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start getting these clips. There are a bunch of them. Donald Trump's argument for America. That was the first one you said. No, it's Donald Trump, unfit. Then we've got Obama gets angry in Fayetteville, North Carolina, at a Trump supporter. They're really getting testy. They're scared. They know they're losing. They're about to have to steal the election. They know Trump's going to block it. Got a bunch of other clips. But here's what I'm getting at. I can't just sit here and watch them do this. There is by-the-minute WikiLeaks coming out that mainstream media is ignoring, that is bona fide and vetted, that they don't even deny, that shows a group of psychopathic crazies. Then you go check the WikiLeaks and you find them in the Washington Post the LA Times, their own books, their own art displays, their own YouTubes, their own articles, their own admitting it in your face. Well, who wants to bankrupt healthcare and rip off old people and tell them it's a free deal? Evil people. Who wants to do this? People that are into conning everyone. And that's the big secret. So it's an epic time to be alive. Let's go to this first clip. Here's one of the most powerful Trump ads ever.
Decades of lies, cover-ups, and scandal have finally caught up with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is under FBI investigation again after her emails were found on pervert Anthony Weiner's laptop. Think about that. America's most sensitive secrets, unlawfully sent, received, and exposed by Hillary Clinton, her staff, and Anthony Weiner. Hillary cannot lead a nation while crippled by a criminal investigation. Hillary Clinton, unfit to serve.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
By the way, one of our great reporters, Owen Schroyer, is about to come in. He's just spent the last hour going through a speech Hillary gave today where she is like flying monkey crazy. The most out of control she's ever been. That's coming up, too. And I say there's an hour and 50 minutes left. Hey, if Owen, because let me tell you, Matt and Daria are smarter than I am. And I'm not just saying that. Okay, in a lot of ways, it's great to have a crew that, I mean, Matt, when he got here, kind of liked the show, but he admitted it early. He thought it was a little bit of BS. Now the guy's like running around like a chicken with his head cut off because, man, let me tell you something. You start really researching this, I was a mainline conservative 21 years ago when I got on there, folks. And I was like a Ron Paul guy. And as stuff got deeper, I became this radical, not because I was radical, but because the information was radical. And now the FBI sounds like me, not because they're following Alex Jones. The media's like, the FBI is listening to Alex Jones. Not really. They learn of this themselves. They tune in and go, that guy's dead on. I've had FBI agents, federal marshals, you name it, shake my hand and go, I used to think you were a kook, but it's worse. It's worse. Like, what do you mean? Just you know. I'm like, what is it? You know, I mean, it's bad, folks. They know more than I do now. And it's bad. It's bad. And we are 3 days out, less than 3 days out. Pray. I'm going to say this right now before I go to this tape. It's called Obama Triggered. It's brand new. I know God's real. I know Christ is real. I know these evil people, when they hear the name Jesus Christ, they get upset. Hillary's in the Washington Post admitting she'll channel any dead person but Jesus Christ. She says she will not do that. They fear the name. They know it's real. It's real for whatever reason. So we need to pray to Jesus Christ to lead God and direct us and to heal this land if that's God's will, and to have all the truth continue to come out. And we've asked for revolution against tyranny. We've asked for courage in the government. We're seeing it. So we ask for a hedge of protection upon the good people and the different agencies and the FBI. They're doing the right thing. We ask for hedge of protection on InfoWars and my family. It's hard, folks, going up against this. These people are pure evil. It's a spiritual battle. We pray for strength and provision as the enemy comes in like a flood to lift us up as a standard against it. We pray in your son's precious name, Jesus Christ, for that blood on Calvary, on Golgotha, that frees us from this evil. We accept that and we take it upon ourselves to be good people and to stand against evil no matter what happens. And we're sorry for all we've done and not being good enough. And please just heal our land, because we don't want to be ruled by Satanists that hurt children and kill children and sell their body parts, and the communist Chinese. Just look at what we've become. So I pray for an awakening, God. Please heal our land, or at least have a remnant protect us. We want to be good. We don't want to be part of these people. We're not turned over to evil. We love you, and we're sorry that we've been in a trance. Please heal us. Open our hearts and minds. Please move upon the land. We can see it already happening. In your precious son's name, his blood, Jesus Christ. Let's go to the tape. We'll be back. I want to see 10 million viewers tune in over the 50-plus hours, and that's where you come in. You are the heart and blood of the InfoWar. If you spread the link to Infowars.com/show and point out that this is the alternative new media, this is the rebellion, then all of you are riding right beside us, not behind us. So spread the word, my Paul Reveres, no matter where you live in the world. To information warfare arms, the globalists are coming, and they will be met on the field.